Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I am Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us, coming to you from Washington's nicest indoor shooting facility. Of course, that's Security Gun Club right here in Woodinville, Washington. Hey, for those of you who geek out on the channel and know about the trials and tribulations of Washington's high-capacity magazine ban passed back in the summer of 22, you will know of the very, very interesting case taking place in Cowlitz County, the case of State of Washington versus Gators Guns. We've done a few videos about that because we kind of thought that the Attorney General may have bit off a little bit more than he can chew. And the more we learn, the more we believe that's the case. Now listen, one of the most common questions I get on this channel is, what can I do to actually help the fight? Well, today we're going to be able to answer that question because we're going to give all of you a chance to help pick this fight with us. So today, let's spend a few really important minutes. Let's talk to Pete Serrano from the Silent Majority Foundation, and let's talk about how you can help overturn Washington's magazine ban. Okay, so we're going to get another update. I'm going to have Pete Serrano from the Silent Majority Foundation joining us in just a moment here. I want to tell you about some really exciting developments that's happening down in Cowlitz County as it relates to a challenge to Washington's magazine ban there. And if you are trying to read the legal tea leaves, what might actually be occurring, and what an amazing, and I do mean amazing, opportunity it is for all of us lawful and responsible gun owners in Washington State. So without further ado, let's hear from Pete. Okay. Hey everyone, check it out. Pete Serrano with the Silent Majority Foundation is here. Pete, you're coming from about 3 time zones away on this. Where are you at right now?
Right outside of Knoxville, Tennessee, where it's free, my friend.
Yeah, that's right. Enjoy your freedom. We're back here in the People's Republic of Washington. Listen, I've been kind of getting the viewers caught up on this really interesting case, Gator Guns versus State of Washington down there in Cowlitz County. And I know you're chief counsel on that, but things have gotten even more interesting. Why don't you tell the viewers what's going on, and to guys like you and me, when we geek out on this stuff, what we're reading between the tea leaves here?
Yeah, so last time we talked about a scheduling hearing. And as you mentioned, these things are usually done like pro forma. You do it with some sort of motion that the judge doesn't even do anything but sign it off on. Well, he actually had a hearing that lasted 20 minutes. Of course, the state was telling us that their experts are great and our experts are terrible. But the judge said, we need you to change expert information. In other words, I identify who we're bringing, state identifies who they're bringing, give a synopsis of the testimony, and then the judge will decide whether or not we need full discovery. Do we need depositions? Do we need other testimony? Or is some sort of abbreviated record adequate for the judge to determine, and I want to be clear on this, the constitutionality of Senate Bill 5078, the 10 or the greater than 10 round magazine ban.
So let me ask you this. He wants to make this big production number out of a very preliminary issue, though. So for a guy like you that's been doing this for a while, when you're seeing the judge want to put a lot of eggs in that one basket, what's that get you thinking?
To me, he wants to make sure that his record is solid so that, you know, look, we know this. If the state loses, they're going to appeal. Sure. And to me, I say it this way. You don't want to give your boss a half-baked idea and be like, here, this is great. And we all agree, you and I agree, the viewers agree, the constitutionality, that this is unconstitutional. But we need to feed it to the judge. We need to feed it to the appellate courts, to the Supreme Court even, saying, here are the experts. And, you know, we know the state will bastardize the Bruin test, that it's got to be congruent. They're going to look for, they've talked about linguistics experts. And it's like, dude, read Tom Jefferson, read George Washington, right? You know what they said. Right. But this is something that helps the judge do his job and cover his opinion. To me, he still wants to know the constitutionality. So that leads into, as long as we can demonstrate it's not constitutional, we're good.
Okay, so it would appear that this issue of constitutionality is of real importance to this judge, and he's going to be really thorough in his decision-making process here. He wants a very thorough record made on this particular issue. You agree?
I agree 100%.
Okay, now this is the super important question. All my viewers are all the time asking, what can I do to help? What can I do to help? And obviously I tell them to join organizations like yours and Firearms Policy Coalition, Second Amendment Foundation, GOA. But here's a time where actually
their money goes immediately to helping an immediate cause, because we have a list of experts that you would like to bring in, some very reputable experts, some experts that were really good in the state of California as well as other jurisdictions, well-known people, but this all takes money, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. You know, I mean, on the low end, a couple of experts is 5 to 10 grand. On the high end, if we're at 6, 7, 8 experts, which is likely what the state has, you know, you could be pushing $20,000, $30,000, and that assumes no declaration, no live testimony at trial. This is just write up a brief that you already have, but switch your caption, sign the name, and we're good to go. But they're not cheap. But to your point, we will work on funding these immediately, because by December 4th, these people have to be identified. Well, technically the Friday before the Monday. So like December 1st, we have to identify and send these expert names to the state. And then we're going to go to the court. And ideally, we have something written so that the court can say, hey, you guys already really know what they're arguing. This is adequate. I want you to brief it. That's our goal. We want briefing now.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I did raise the point. I said, hey, look, if you want to stall this out, how about you enjoin it? And the assistant attorney general from my colleagues who were in the audience said I got, you know, all squirmy and did not like that concept. And his response, well, that's not been fully briefed. And it's like, yeah, but you don't wear a black robe. I don't wear a black robe. Judge does.
Right. Exactly. But yeah. This is an opportunity right now with some donations, because you've got to start getting people on board. You've got to put together essentially a witness list, and a possibility that if you got a really thorough witness list, you know, many of these individuals, their testimony on this issue is not too hard to find.
No, it's not. But at the same time, you know, they're also going to want compensation, to your point.
Absolutely.
You know?
Well, they are experts for reasons. Okay. So how can people help out the Silent Majority Foundation? Because this is kind of a hot issue. We got to strike while the iron's hot here. So how can they get involved right away?
They can go to our page, but we've also provided a specific Second Amendment expert declaration fund link that I've given to you and that you've embedded.
Yeah, and like I said, folks, we'll link it all up down below. And then I'm assuming that if somebody knows of an expert, or they themselves may be an expert in this field, they can reach out to Silent Majority Foundation and help out that way as well?
Absolutely. Info, INFO, at silentmajorityfoundation.org. If you're an expert or no one, or you happen to have the transcripts from Duncan or a couple other cases.
Or if your name happens to be John Lott, you know, and you want to contact, right?
Yes, absolutely. If John Lott's watching, I'd certainly, I'd put my cell phone out there, but we'll hold that for another day.
Yeah, well, and if John Lott's watching, I want to thank him very much for watching the channel, for sure. Pete, as always, dude, you are an absolute warrior. The citizens of Washington all owe you a huge debt of gratitude for all the hard work. Well, I'm sure we'll be in touch again soon, because I know there's going to be a lot of fast and furious developments. So once again, just give my viewers one last time, where can they go right now to help out Silent Majority Foundation today?
Yep, silentmajorityfoundation.org. We've got a little button that says donate to the 2A experts. So come on out. If they've got other things that they're interested in, they can certainly fund those. But to this video, there is one specific for 2A experts.
Now, listen, you enjoy your time in the United States of America, and I'll talk to you when you get back here to the People's Republic of Washington, all right?
We'll see if I remigrate.
Thanks, Pete. Take care.
Okay, so as you can see, this is a huge, huge issue. This is a call to arms. We need everybody's help right now. The better record that we make down at the lower trial level, the better chance we have of actually prevailing on this argument. We're going to link up all the ways that you can help fight alongside the Silent Majority Foundation. It's going to be right down there in the description box. So whether you can give a little or you want to give a lot, we'll take $5, we'll take $10, we'll take $20, we'll take whatever you can give. But every one of you has a stake in this argument. Okay, in the meantime, if you guys got any other questions about this or anything else related to what's left of our Second Amendment rights, you guys know the drill. But if you don't, hey, all the ways to contact us is right down there in the description box. And then let's remember that part of being a lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here, is to know what the law is in every situation, how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching and stay safe.